Hey, what's up with my people today? My name is Dante Warren, aka Big Tegalua, and this is another episode of In the Kitchen with Plant-Based Thuggin', where we teach you how to make delicious plant-based recipes for improved health and overall quality of life. Today we're going to be making my creamy curry delight, delicious, easy recipe. Delicious, I promise you, you're going to love it. Full of vegetables, full of life. So why don't we just jump right into it? For our ingredients today, we have some fresh cabbage, red and green peppers. If you don't have red or green, you can use whatever color you have. It really doesn't matter. Cauliflower, carrots, russet potato, some garlic, an onion, some fresh ginger, a couple of spring onions, and some fresh thyme. Not pictured are the broccoli and a can of coconut milk. All right, moving on to our spices. For this dish, we're gonna use sea salt, adobo, fresh cracked black pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder. Of course, the star of the show is some curry powder, some paprika, a little allspice, and turmeric. So first, for our prep work, we're gonna cut a piece of this fresh cabbage because we're not gonna use the whole head. And we're gonna peel and chop our potato into nice even-sized pieces. Once chopped, place those in a bowl and set to the side. Next, we're going to cut us off about a cup of cauliflower, a cup of broccoli, and about a half cup of carrots. And then you want to place those in a second bowl and set to the side. Next, we're going to chop our red and green peppers and our spring onions and place those in a third bowl and set those to the side. So now we have our three bowls. One with our peppers and our spring onions, another with our cabbage and potatoes, and we have a third with our broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Next, we're gonna slice a half an onion. Now, the pepper is optional. If you don't like heat, I wouldn't use the pepper. Onto the garlic and ginger. We're gonna peel about 4 cloves of garlic, 5 maybe. I like a lot, depending on how much garlic you like. I like a lot of garlic, so you might see me go overboard. So we're gonna peel about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, about a thumb of fresh ginger, and chop those finely. The ginger sets the curry off, but you don't want to bite into a big chunk of ginger because that's not pleasant to me. So just make sure you chop your ginger and garlic finely. All right, now we're ready to begin the fun part. We're gonna turn our stove on medium heat, add a frying pan with about a tablespoon of oil. Once the oil gets hot, we're gonna add our onions, and we're gonna cook those until the edges of the onions start to brown. Once the onions start to brown, directly to the pot, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of curry powder and about a half a tablespoon or a teaspoon of turmeric. This process is called burning the curry, and it really elevates the depth of the flavor of the curry. So after 2 to 3 minutes of burning our curry, we're gonna toss our hot pepper, if you're using hot pepper, and our fresh thyme to the pot, and then we're gonna add our first bowl with the cabbage and the potatoes. Mix those together well so that you get that cabbage and the potatoes all covered in that curry goodness. Once you have your potatoes and cabbage mixed really well in that curry, you wanna add enough water to cover those potatoes. All right. Once you cover those potatoes with water, you wanna place the lid on the pot and let it simmer for 15 minutes. Every 3 or 4 minutes, you want to check on your dish and make sure all of the water didn't cook out of there. You may have to add some more, stir and let it continue to cook. After 15 minutes, we're going to add our second bowl with our broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots, followed right up with our ginger and garlic. Now we're gonna add our spices. Bring this all together. All right, we're gonna start with a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, about a half a teaspoon of allspice, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and mix well till all ingredients are combined. Cover and let simmer for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to add our last bowl with our peppers and spring onions and about a 1/4 cup of coconut milk. Along with a couple of tablespoons of sweetener. I'm using agave syrup. If you don't have agave syrup, you can't use sugar, but this really adds a bottom layer to the dish. The sweet and the heat together, to me, it just sets this off. And lastly, salt the dish to taste. I like to wait to the end to salt my dishes because I like to make sure that they have flavor in the absence of salt. Now it's done. I'm telling you, the smell of curry through the house is wonderful, and this dish is out of this world. The broth in this dish is so good. And if you do eat seafood, you can add shrimp to this dish and make a delicious creamy shrimp curry. It's out of this world. I don't, so I'm just sticking to the vegetables. There's so much vegetables in this dish, so much life, and you serve it with a nice, grain rice, brown rice. I'm using tricolor quinoa today, and some fresh avocado to top it off. The fresh avocado really sets off any curry dish also, and it gives you those healthy fats that you need. Avocado is one of the world's greatest foods as far as the nutrient content, and you should make sure if you're on a plant-based diet that you're trying to get avocado regularly. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the page, and follow us on Instagram at Plant-Based Thuggin'. All right, y'all stay up, be safe out there. Peace.